Hi, this is week 11-12 of my Achilles tendon rupture recovery and non-surgical routes. So before going through all the details, I think it's good to mention that this is probably the kind of best update. I mean, I know there's only 2 videos, but this is kind of lots of changes happen in the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks that I'm happy to share. So this is second video, so you can check my first video where pretty much covered the first 8 weeks, so what happened and how I was progressing. And week 9, as I mentioned in a previous video, I was on a skiing trip. So when I returned from the skiing trip, it was the 24th of December, the Christmas day, and so that's when I completely took the boot off, and since then I wasn't wearing it. I know I did mention that I will be gradually removing and trying how it works, but I just took it off, and I didn't feel like I need to put it back on at any point. So for more comfortable transition from the boot to my usual shoes, I have bought an insole, like shoe insole, and I believe there is 2 types. One is just like a small insert just for your heel, and then you have just like a normal insole but with slightly raised heel. So I will share the link in description. So you can have a look. So before you buy this insole, the main part you need to kind of understand that you will need some extra space, because some of the shoes I tried, I just couldn't fit in. I'm using my Skechers, it's like a travel shoes that are with no laces and very comfortable, very soft. So I suggest, if you're in the same position, to find something that is easy to wear, that is very soft and comfortable, that has a little bit kind of extra space to have that insole or that little insert for your heel, so your heel raised a little bit. I was wearing it for 2 weeks, but I don't think you need maybe longer than a week or so, but it's all individual, so just see how you feel. Again, I've seen or heard that people didn't use insoles, and they just removed the boot and then just straight away just wore the shoes and were fine with that. But I think it does help to take off a bit of pressure from your kind of ankle and heel and foot in general. So one of the other aspects which were very important to me is kind of getting back to driving. So on my return from the trip beginning of week 10, I thought I'll just try to get back to driving. So what I did, I pretty much so took off the boots and kind of made sure I'm comfortable with my shoes, with the insole, etc. So in the car, just kind of sitting down without engine on, just try to press the pedals and adjusting the seat, etc. Just make sure I'm kind of comfortable to the situation. And just to mention, I have automatic, so it was kind of a little bit easier to get back. It's fair to say where I live, there's not many cars, and I could do the test drive easily. And it was a bit stiff at the beginning, so I was really careful on pressing the pedals. The main is for you to see whether you are ready to drive, is to test the emergency braking, which I didn't do straight away, but you know, that's why I was like, I didn't press the gas pedal, so you know, I can just drive slowly, so I don't need to use emergency braking. But eventually I'll came to that I need to test it, and which was fine. And now I can say, you know, I'm pretty much almost like feel the same as I would usually drive. Again, well, I feel a bit of discomfort there, but in terms of your keel is ready to that sort of pressure. So in terms of the walking, so I walk around the house fine. The main probably challenge is going upstairs, upstairs or downstairs. So I try to introduce like regular walking, so your foot is slowly getting back to the activities you used to do. So the main point when you walk is to slowly get back to the same set of motions and movements you do when you normally walk, because once you take the boot off, I think psychologically you try to protect it. And I was the first week since removing the boots, I was pretty much like carrying it. Rather than stepping on my toe and like lifting the heel and bending your knee like you would usually do when you walk, and I was pretty much just carrying it. So in terms of exercises, apart from just walking, I have started doing some calf raises, but I don't think your foot is ready to do without any support. So I hold to something, and then try to slowly get with two legs, and then eventually physio will work with you to slowly get to that stage where you can do without any support. One of the other exercises you can do is leg raises. So that's not just for your calf, actually for your leg to start getting back to like fully function, etc. Also actually to speed up the process of recovery and also remove swelling, and improve kind of blood circulation. I use the foam roller that I usually use for kind of sports activities, which I can share the link as well. Also, I drink lots of water. So this is actually was one of the advice when I was flying, and it was suggested like not to fly and there's a risk of blood clots. So when you drink lots of water, it's pretty much like a natural thinner for your blood, so there's no lumps or anything, you know, in your blood. So to summarize, I try to walk regularly. I try to kind of massage the food. I try to do exercises that was agreed with physio regularly. Water as much as possible. These last 2-3 weeks was probably the best in terms of the progress, and there were quite a few changes and how it was the first compared to first 8 weeks. And it's good to start seeing physio, start doing some exercises, walking, driving. So life is slowly getting back to normal. I know there's still missing part is like you can't do sports, you can't do more intense activities, but I'm really happy with where it is at the moment, and I will carry on doing what I'm doing. Thanks for watching again. I may have missed some of the points, so let me know in comments, or anything you would like to share. See you in a few weeks.